Rooster Rock faces threat to nude beach boundaries. Proposed rule could make it easier to shrink the clothing optional area without public input. By Evan Nix. Rooster Rock State Park, one of Oregon's premier locations for naturists and home to the country's first officially designated clothing optional beach, faces a potential change in how its clothing optional boundaries are defined. The Oregon Parks and Recreation Department, OPRD, has proposed a rule change that could pave the way for easier future reductions to the clothing optional area. The existing rule, part of Oregon Administrative Rule, OER 736-010-0065, specifies fixed geographic boundaries for the clothing optional section of the park. These boundaries are currently tied to physical landmarks, such as the easternmost beach access stairway and the high water mark of the Columbia River. The proposed change, however, would replace these fixed designations with boundaries determined by maps published on the OPRD website. This would allow adjustments to be made without requiring public hearings or formal processes. Rooster Rock's history. Rooster Rock State Park, nestled along the Columbia River Gorge, boasts a fascinating history that intertwines natural beauty with cultural significance. Noted by the Lewis and Clark expedition in 1805 as Beaten Rock, the basalt column for which the park is named was later colloquially known as Cock Rock for its phallic resemblance. The name was eventually sanitized to Rooster Rock to align with public sensibilities. In the 1960s and 1970s, the secluded eastern portion of the park became popular among naturists for nude recreation. By the 1980s, in an effort to formalize and manage its use, OPRD designated the area as clothing optional, cementing Rooster Rock's reputation as a haven for body freedom. Today, it remains one of two officially recognized clothing optional beaches in Oregon, alongside Collins Beach on Sauvie Island. For naturists, Rooster Rock is more than just a beach. It represents decades of advocacy for body freedom and inclusivity, providing a legal and safe environment for nude recreation in a stunning natural setting. It is the oldest acknowledged nude beach in the state of Oregon and the first officially acknowledged and accepted one in the U.S., Mike Parker, chair of the Willamettons Government Affairs Team, GAT, told Planet Nude. Call to action from the nudist community. Mike Parker and the Willamettons GAT has issued a call to action urging nudists and naturists to oppose the change. It would be too easy to amend the clothing optional area boundaries via a simple map change rather than a public change to the first section of the affected document. We oppose this and would like it defeated or withdrawn from consideration, Parker emphasized. Parker also highlighted the long-standing, collaborative relationship between the nudist community and OPRD, stating that ANRNW has done 2 clothing optional area cleanups per year for over 20 years at the nude section of Rooster Rock State Park, widened one trail and created another to the nude sandy beach area, and has done many Earth Day tree planting events, facilitating the donation of 300 to 500 tree saplings per year for these events. ANRNW also formally adopts the park and works closely with park rangers and the regional park director to maintain the space, Parker noted. Naturists and advocates can participate in 2 key ways. Attend the virtual public hearing, scheduled for January 15, 2025, at 5:30 p.m. Registration is required to receive the meeting link, which can be done via the Zoom link in the original article. Submit comments. Written comments are being accepted until January 17, 2025, at 5 p.m. These can be emailed to Helena Kesh at helena.kesh@opro.oregon.government or mailed to OPRD's office in Salem. The stakes for naturists. The proposed rule, while presented as a procedural update for clarity and flexibility, has sparked concern among naturists who fear it could lead to unchecked reductions of the clothing optional area. The ability to adjust boundaries by simply updating an online map diminishes the role of public accountability in managing these cherished spaces. Rooster Rock is a symbol of progress for naturist rights in the United States. The community's response to this proposed change will determine whether its legacy continues unimpeded or becomes subject to bureaucratic whim. We hope you're enjoying Planet Nude. If so, please consider a paid subscription. Your membership comes with exclusive content and supports our work. Subscribe at www.planetnude.co. This episode of Planet Nude podcast is sponsored by the Naturist Education Foundation, supporting naturist initiatives and preserving naturist history. Learn more at www.naturisteducation.org.